and it warms my heart to see you again and to still see that your numbers are important to you, and to see what good health you're in. That's the other thing that's really neat for me. So it's a treat for us to be here. We asked Larry what your group wanted to hear about. It was primarily vascular disease. So my colleague Angie and I put together a presentation on vascular disease. Certainly open to any questions that you might have. It'll be, a very open format, but hopefully you'll learn something, and again, we'll enjoy being here with you. And with that, I'll introduce my colleague Angie Rodemeyer, who is a nurse practitioner with our Heart and Vascular Center, and she really is in charge of clinical access, so a lot of helping people get into the hospital and also helping them to get back out and then transition back to their home care. So here you go. Here's Angie.
Thank you. We have some folders for you guys to pass around, just with extra information that you'll see. We'll be going through quite a bit of information, so feel free to take it home. It has pretty much everything we'll cover in the presentation. So if you have any questions, like Kathy said, feel free to stop me. Just raise your hand, holler out, whatever you want to do. And we do have copies of the presentation too, just in case you're interested. Okay, so without further ado, there it is. Well, actually, let me go back one. I have some facts on the heart. I'm sure everybody knows a little bit about the heart here. Does anybody know how many gallons of blood travel through the body daily? A little trivia for getting you ready for your trivia coming up in September? October. 2,000 gallons. That's a lot. They travel about 60,000 miles. Forgive me for reading it off here, I want to get it right. And it takes, does anybody have a guess on how long, how many seconds it takes the blood to circulate through the entire body?
10 seconds.
Close. A little more. 20. Yeah. 20 seconds. Here's a good one for you too. The power output of the heart ranges from 1 to 5 watts per minute. This is the equivalent to the usage of a 60-watt bulb, and it's even enough energy produced a day to drive a truck. How many miles do you think?
What's the price of gas?
What's the price of gas, she said. It's about 20 miles. Very interesting. Okay, now without further ado, I did a little bit of a background of the blood flow. So what we're really talking about with the vascular system is the whole body right here. Includes veins, arteries, capillary beds, the heart. So you can kind of see a really quick rundown here of where the blood flows. So it goes, anything that's a vein, it goes to the heart. So it goes through veins to the right atria, through the tricuspid valve, through the right ventricle, pulmonary valve, and we also have this heart here. You want to be Vanna?
Yeah, our friend the heart.
Yeah, this is our buddy. So if anybody's interested in taking a closer look, we can come up, or Kathy can come around. But it'll come through the right atria, through the valve, then to the right ventricle, through the pulmonary artery, because it's going away. It's deoxygenated blood, but it's going away from the heart, into the lungs, where it drops off CO2, picks up oxygen, and then it'll come back in through the pulmonary veins. Again, oxygenated blood, you think veins, you think deoxygenated, but it's coming from the lungs, it's full of oxygen. So straight to the heart from the lungs, through the pulmonary veins, and then into the left ventricle. And your heart is, I don't know if you guys knew that, when it sits right here. So this side is the right. I don't know if you've noticed that it's kind of the mirror image. And then from the left ventricle to the left from the left aorta to the left ventricle, and then out through the aorta into the body. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing.
And we're not going to quiz you on that.
Yeah, that's not it. Okay, so vascular disease is a few different categories for that, which we'll talk about each. That's pretty much that slide. So the first one we have is atherosclerosis. Can anybody say that 5 times fast? Me neither. So atherosclerosis is a progressive disease where fatty deposits, it's mostly bad cholesterol, which is your LDL. If you think of the cholesterol, which it's coming later, Kathy will let you know, but L is low. It's low density, you want it low, and it's lousy, correct? Who said that? Give her another meatball. Good job, very good. So other cells can build up the walls of your arteries over time that can actually narrow them. So this is the normal artery. This is one that started with we call it plaque. It's a buildup of cholesterol cells in the side there. Sorry. Oh, and cheeseburgers, absolutely. So most common types for atherosclerosis is coronary heart disease, carotid artery disease, peripheral artery disease, also known as peripheral vascular disease, and then chronic kidney disease falls in there as well. Your kidneys are very vascular. So first is coronary heart disease. That is the vessels on your heart. They're your coronary arteries. They can, just like any vessel in your body, have a plaque built up. This is probably one that gets the most attention because of heart attacks and the stents they put in and heart failure. It's the leading cause of death in America, in the world, actually. So the most common type of heart disease is coronary heart disease.